It's time to give credit where credit is due. Brandin has turned his season around. 2 months ago, I made a video covering his sophomore slump. Well, in the last 15 games, he's averaging 13.7 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 3.9 assists while shooting 46% from the field and 35% from three on 5.4 attempts per game. They are significantly better with him on the court compared to when he's off. Per pivotfade.com, in 410 minutes during this stretch, the Warriors have 120 offensive rating along with 107.4 defensive rating. They are playing at a top 2 offense and defense pace with him out there. Now, it turns out when he's on the bench in 886 minutes, the Warriors drop down to 113.5 offensive rating, while the defensive rating goes up to 118.4. He's been the perfect connected piece next to their star players. Before we go deeper, remember to leave a like on the video. I appreciate it, and it helps with the algorithm. Thank you very much. And the reason Steve Kerr loves him is because at his best, he does a little bit of everything and competes hard 24/7 while playing smart, high IQ basketball. One game, he'll have 7 assists, just like he did versus the Bulls a couple weeks ago. And if you watch the film, none of those plays are insane passing reads. They're just easy passes and just understanding his role. You can tell he really does while playing with Curry and Butler. He's constantly looking for them when he has the rock instead of himself. And if they leak open just a bit, he's passing it. You could tell the Warriors really value that trait. And then a couple games later, he'll have 4 steals versus the Houston Rockets. He's constantly pressuring the ball. Not only that, but like here, he's frequently battling against the opposing team's best backcourt threat. He's really intelligent on defense as well. He knows the only pass that is available for Steven Adams is to Whitmore, so he left Jalen to pick it off. He's just been so active on defense lately, always pressuring on ball and closing off passing lanes off the ball. And just yesterday versus the Mavericks, he had 13 rebounds. Let me repeat, as a 6'4" shooting guard, he had 13 rebounds. I mean, look at him battle versus PJ Washington, a 6'7" forward who averages 8.1 rebounds per game. And he was battling against Kyrie on the offensive glass all game long, and most likely teams will put one of their worst defenders on him. But you can't fall asleep because he's cutting, crashing, moving constantly. So he really made Kyrie work defensively, which could affect his offense. And it feels like playing next to Jimmy is a perfect fit. It's getting the best out of him. It turns out the duo has played 143 minutes together so far, and the advanced numbers go crazy. 123.9 offensive rating, along with a 98 defensive rating. Steve Kerr talked about them after yesterday's game per letsgowarriors.com. He stated, just IQ, just feel for the game, passing, cutting, rebounding. Brandin had 13 rebounds today, and Jimmy gets every loose ball. So those things add up. When you get 3 or 4 more loose balls, long rebounds per game, now all of a sudden the game opens up. Somebody hits a 3, you get a little moment, and it feeds on itself. And both guys just make winning plays. And when they're out there together, they complement each other really well. And my goodness, when he starts hitting shots, it just makes the Warriors unbearable to deal with because the defense is so worried about stopping Steph and Jimmy. Here, you see 3 players collapse on Jimmy. He then beats the closeout because of that and hits a tough running floater. Same thing. This time it's Curry. Kyrie with a reckless closeout, and he converts another long floater. And if he starts doing things like this consistently, watch out. The Kings played great defense. They have him buried in the corner with the shot clock low, and somehow he hits a step back. When he hits off the dribble shots, it has to feel like a gunshot to the opposing defense because it's like we stopped Curry, we stopped Butler, we forced the shot we wanted, and he still hit it. They are impossible to guard offensively when he starts hitting tough shots. It's just like Draymond Green. When Draymond's hitting that 3, it's like, oh, well, what can we do? And you could tell this season during his slump, his confidence wasn't there, and at times he wasn't even looking for his shots. And personally, I think at times he's a little too passive. Lately, he's playing with no fear and getting that edge back. Hopefully, he keeps that up, but it's good to see him get through the sophomore slump and not have it ruin his whole entire season. Because if he plays like this the rest of the year, he's going to make a great impact in playoff basketball. And that's going to be huge for his development moving forward. And remember, he's only 21 years old, so considering he's making an impact on winning basketball this early, it's really good to see. Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section.